check out our whole video, hit the link on the bottom of the screen. That video is available exclusively on odds.com. All right, let's get to work here. Washington, Dallas Cowboys, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Dallas Cowboys opening up at -3 at plus money, and they're still there, -3 at plus money. This total has dropped from 48 down to 46. Washington coming off a 29 win at home over the Bengals in the game overshadowed by Joe Burrow's season-ending injury. Washington 3-7, 0-4 on the road. Cowboys 3-7, 2-3 at home. This Washington football team now just a half game back of Philadelphia for first place in the NFL's weakest division. Cincinnati was carrying the play before the Burrow injury. Alex Smith was 17-25 for 166 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Terry McLaurin caught 5 passes for 84 yards. Antonio Gibson ran 16 times for 94 yards. Let's give a big shout out to our man Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA podcast. He keeps going back to the well with Antonio Gibson touchdown, and he keeps getting rewarded for it. In this case, he got rewarded in the first quarter. Our man Clint. Both McLaurin and Gibson are dealing with ankle injuries. They didn't practice yesterday. They're listed as questionable, but are expected to play. Washington was without starting left tackle Cornelius Lucas and free safety DeShazer Everett because of ankle injuries. Wide receiver Dontrell Inman, linebacker Jared Norris. As I said, Everett and Lucas. Defensive end Ryan Anderson. Place kicker Dustin Hopkins. Cornerback Danny Johnson are all listed as questionable. Let's start with the Washington Football Club. Do you believe in the win that you witnessed and bet on? And do you like them against the Cowboys?
To be honest with you, yes, I do believe in the win because they were, you're right, overshadowed by the injury to Burrow, but they were in control of that game prior to Burrow getting hurt. Unfortunate for Burrow getting hurt. I mean, I hate seeing any player get hurt, especially a young, extremely talented player like him. It just sucks. I don't like seeing any good football player get hurt or any football player get hurt. But I do think Washington was playing a good game, and they were coming at him and they were bringing pressure, and they're starting to figure certain things out. Alex Smith has brought a sense of organization to that team. It feels like Gibson's playing better each week. He's starting to figure it out. There's now a connection between McLaurin and Smith, and I really believe that this team is rallying around Alex Smith right now. They got something to play for, and right now I think Dallas is being overvalued because they looked good this week. They're still not a good football team. Zeke had his best game in a while, which still wasn't a great game. I mean, he limped to that rush prop. I mean, I was nervous. I was watching that all game. I don't know why they're not feeding the rock to Pollard some more, but again, I have more faith in Alex Smith than I do in Andy Dalton right now.
I agree. And M. Stroh is saying, I'm still making me laugh is what he's doing. Mr. Funmonks is watching Dallas. Looks like a pick 'em. Gotta love Washington at +3. Let's talk about the Cowboys a little more. Coming off a big 31-28 win at the Vikings. So, we can take advantage of that. Andy Dalton looked good, 22 of 32 for 203 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Their offensive line looked much stronger with Joe Looney replacing the injured Tyler Biadazi. At center, right guard Zach Martin taking over at right tackle for rookie Terrence Steele, and Connor McGovern filling in Martin's spot. Gave Dalton time to make plays, and he made them. They scored twice as many touchdowns at Minnesota as they had in the 4 previous games without Prescott. Amari Cooper, 6 catches for 81 yards. Zeke Elliott, 21 rushes for 103 yards, his first 100-yard rushing game of the year. Tony Pollard, 5 rushes for 60 yards. Cowboys forced 3 fumbles, recovered 2 of them. Leighton Vander Esch was all over the field. Man, he's probably not going to be walking when he's 50. But my God, is he playing good football? 12 tackles. Cornerback Anthony Brown, ribs, left because of the injury in the fourth quarter. He's listed as doubtful. So Anthony Brown not going to be there. Tight end Blake Bell is questionable with a back injury. Greg Zuerlein, he's questionable with a back injury as well. And they're worried about him. But McCarthy says he's expected to play. They put cornerback Trayvon Diggs on injured reserve, but they got Chidobe Awuzie, their cornerback, back after a 7-game absence. At this point, I agree. I agree with the move to the under, 48-46. That makes sense to me. And I agree that Washington at +3 is probably a nice spot. Is it a nice enough spot to bet, Bebsy?
I don't know. I feel like it is. It just, again, like I think this Dallas team, again, despite a win this week and looking much better than they have in recent weeks. I said as well, like getting Sean Lee back and having those three linebackers available, even though two of them are constantly injured and one of them came over or overcame an incredible injury to even have an NFL career. They still don't inspire much for me. I still don't think this Dallas team is great. I mean, on paper at the start of the year, they looked a lot better. Man, CeeDee Lamb catch was outrageous. So I don't know if they can build on that. It's a tough spot because realistically, and especially because Dallas lost their first meeting, to me, this is just a very difficult play to jump on. But I really want to take Washington again.
Yeah, I agree. And I understand why it dropped to 46. And there's stats that have come out in this past week about these totals that are at 48, open at 48, and how the unders hit at a high percentage. Is there a move that you're going to make at this point, Bebsy?
I think we should circle back around this one because I feel like I want to take Washington with the points, but I want to mull this over a little bit more before I jump on it.
The money line is between plus 125 and plus 135. The first half money line is between plus 120 and plus 130. Charlie Chips took the 48 early. I like that you did that. Birdie says, I do personally believe the under is the best play. I agree. At 48, that was a great move. And then for the spread, if we wanted watching at plus 3, there's juice on it. I mean, I don't want to sit here with these minus 120s are really hurting me, and I despise them. And that's what it would be right now. It would be a minus 120. NMK says Washington and the under.
I got Lily Gunn telling me to follow my gut, and then I got Prince of the City telling me to circle the wagons. I love the input for both.